While I was recently doing a second playthrough of Twilight Princess in hero mode, a thought occurred to me about the boss fight in Snowpeak Mansion. Link's fight against Blizzeta is a very tragic one. The circumstances, the involved characters, everything about this fight has a dramatic sadness to it. In this video, I'm going to analyze what makes this fight so tragic. Link and Midna arrive at Snowpeak Ruins in search of another mirror shard. They want to get the piece of the Mirror of Twilight that is located there. Yeto and Yeta, a couple of Yetis, are living in this ruined mansion, which is sitting at the top of Snowpeak Mountain. After she was given a shard of the Mirror of Twilight by her husband, Yeta fell ill and hasn't recovered since when our two heroes arrive. This once again shows the corrupting influence the Mirror of Twilight has on Hyrule's creatures of the light. The illness symptoms include physical weakness, difficulties concentrating, and forgetfulness. After Link has gone through the whole dungeon and collected all the necessary ingredients for a soup Yeto is making, Yeta feels better because of this meal, and she agrees to accompany Link to the bedroom atop the mansion. There, she and Link approach the shard of the Mirror of Twilight, with the expectation that she will hand over the shard to Link. But something goes wrong, and a dark shift in mood occurs. The powers of a fraction of the Mirror of Twilight possess and corrupt Yeta, who transforms into a monster of ice. Blizzeta is born, and she is hell-bent on destroying Link. So why is this fight so sad? Link having to fight a nice and calm female Yeti makes this fight way more unusual than fighting your standard bad enemy. Yeta being transformed, probably against her will, from a peaceful Yeti into an aggressive ice monster fighting Link shows how harmful the powers of the Twilight can be. I'm convinced that without the dark powers of transformation of the Mirror of Twilight, Yeta would just have given Link the shard without any objections whatsoever. Her painful and enraged screams are echoing through the whole room. Even Midna feels bad about the whole violent situation, showing her character growth in thinking about others in Hyrule, but also underlines the tragic sentiment of it all. Link isn't even really to blame in all of this. He just acted in self-defense. Yeto, having to see his wife lying hurt and exhausted on the ground, is another tragic element of this fight. Did he wrongly assume Link harmed her, and that's partly the reason he violently pushes Link out of the way? I often think so. He definitively is shocked to see his beloved wife in this bad state, and part of the reason he forcefully pushes Link out of his way is to reach Yeta more quickly, to be by her side. I wonder what Yeta would think if Yeta managed to kill Link. He probably would have been just as shocked as in our timeline, maybe even more. Perhaps he also would have been desperate for his transformed wife to have killed this nice and quiet human who just wanted to help them. I imagine he would be quite sad afterwards, for weeks or maybe even months, having to deal with the death of an innocent person and his beloved wife being transformed into an evil monster of ice. The fight wouldn't have had a happy ending in this timeline. Would Yeta even have turned back to normal, ever? However, Link luckily prevails and defeats Blizzeta, rescuing Yeta from the evil influence of the Mirror of Twilight. The Yeti don't hold a grudge against Link, if there even ever was something to be forgiven at all. Yeta by now is healthy, having recovered both from the illness and the injuries sustained from Blizzeta's fight against Link. She even does a race of ice sliding against Link, showing her improving physical health and stamina, as well as a fun-loving side of her. In the end, all is well on Snowpeak Mountain, and Yeto and Yeta can enjoy their time together. And I'm sure they do. That's it for this video. This was an interesting albeit heavy topic to cover. I like doing such character analyses a lot, so stay tuned for more of these. As usual, I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time.
Easy business.